It's Laura Eubanks of Design for Serenity, and I am here in beautiful Del Cerro, which is a suburb of San Diego. We're over near San Diego State University doing a little front slope. And there's some just really interesting elements here already. We have this beautiful hedge. And I know what you're thinking, Laura, you hate hedges. Not this one. This is actually olive. And we've got this beautiful steel planter. And this hedge is very, very green and full and lush and thick. And then also look at my borrowed landscape. We've got some lawn up here. We have a big Brazilian pepper tree here. And there's a whole vibe up behind that hedge that we're not dealing with. There's a big hedge over here where Kevin is. See that? So my job is to integrate this landscape. So we have the slope. It was in natives like salvias that looked dead, and I don't even remember. It was just kind of an empty mess. You know how hard it is to grow traditional plants on a slope, right? So what we had was weed fabric all the way through here. We had irrigation subterranean that was installed in grids, which there's nothing wrong with that, but for our purposes, the grids aren't going to work because that's not going to send water where we need it. And there's no point in watering dirt, right? We want to make sure that we're very intentional and targeted with our irrigation. So Greg came in yesterday, pulled up the weed fabric and pulled up all of that subterranean drip, and we are going to retrofit with the style of drip that we prefer. The weed fabric, the client didn't like it. She understands that it's not eco-friendly, that weeds still come up. Also, on a slope like this, it's a little more difficult to keep top dressing in place on slippery weed fabric. And we're gonna have to cut holes in it. It's gonna look like Swiss cheese. So she opted and we agreed, let's not say we did. All right, so we had a little bit of monkey hair mulch here too, see in the back of the trailer. That was the top dressing that we're scraping some of that off because obviously we prefer a rock top dressing. If this were a flat space, we would have just thrown dirt on top of the monkey hair and called it a day, but it's not a flat space. We are not adding any soil, so we want to pull some of that off. Because it'll be difficult to get the top dressing rock to cover that thick of a presentation of mulch. We have some boulders already in play that are quite nice. These here, we did not bring these in. These were already here. Our client actually got our name from their neighbors. We did a little slope at this property over here about 15 years ago that predates my work with succulents. We'll have to go over there and take a look and see how it's doing. But they gave her my name, so she doesn't really know me. I had to catch her up, share the website with her, share the YouTube channel with her. And when she saw, who we are and what we did and how we do it, she was very intrigued. She's actually British. She's really has all of her background is in more of a cottage type of vibe with gardening. She's very, very excited to try her hand at cactus and succulents. So what the guys are doing right now, they are digging out some cradles for our boulders, and that's what we're in the process of doing right now. In addition to raking up some of the thick monkey hair mulch, we are just determining where we want our boulders. So that's happening. Omar and Miguel are going to do something really creative and beautiful because the client and I feel like the energy of the space is right in here. So we want the planting to be extremely intentional up in this area as you enter the home, and where it's a little bit flatter and wider, I can do a little more design. The rest of it will be more specimen. Okay, we are calling it for today, day one in Cerro. Please forgive the audio. My mic died, so I will charge that tonight, and I hope you all can hear me okay. Here is what we raked up off the slope. You can see all that mulch, all the monkey hair. And here's all of our old planting cans and our pallets, which the guys are going to take and repurpose. But yeah, let me show you what we got. Hey, gal. Remember, restraint, restraint, restraint. This client wanted to see in between the plants. She wanted a specimen, a colorful specimen garden. And that is what we are doing. So here we go. Just kind of take you through it. I'm thinking, you know, about these plants and their potential. This is a garden that shouldn't ever need any changes made, meaning that everything should be fine where it's located right now. You know, oftentimes I plant very heavily and I have to come back in and move stuff around, which is fine. You know, it just depends on what the goal is and what the client is looking for. But I'm really happy with this. We still have to complete the irrigation. We're going to do our Netafin subterranean drip. I am bringing a aloe vera to put right here tomorrow. I've got a really nice one at home that I'm going to bring. Yeah, you know, it's just so colorful and bright and cheerful. It's such a great representation of these plants. I'm so eager for you guys to see our rock that we chose for top dressing. I also have 2 baskets of rubble to throw down. We will obviously be trenching along this lip here, about at 2 inches down, so that the rock, you know, will hit the sidewalk and not run off. The client said that runoff hasn't ever really been an issue here in all the years that they've lived here. So generally speaking, we don't need to worry about it, but I'm still going to be mindful with my boulder and my rubble placement. So yeah, thanks so much for following along on this installation. I love you all so much. Those of our friends that are in Los Angeles, you are all in our thoughts and prayers. I have reached out to all of my clients in the Los Angeles area and in Orange County, and everyone is safe. Thank God. So y'all take care of each other, and we will catch you tomorrow. Bye, guys.